Good afternoon. This is Akashvani and I am VC Pramod with the Midday News. The headlines. Two-day national convention of BJP begins with party's national office bearers meeting in New Delhi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi attending the meeting. Countdown progressing well for launch of weather monitoring satellite by ISRO from Sriharikota this evening. National Commission for Scheduled Castes recommends imposition of President's rule in West Bengal over alleged harassment of women in Sandeshkhali. IMD forecasts heavy rain and snowfall over Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh and Himachal Pradesh from tomorrow. Issues warning for landslides and disruption in supply of electricity. And in Badminton Asia Team Championship, Indian Women Shuttlers script history by storming into finals, defeating Japan 3-2 in Malaysia. A two-day national convention of Bharatiya Janata Party BJP began today with party office bearers meeting at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. The convention assumes significance in view of the Lok Sabha elections to be held later this year. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, several union ministers including Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh and Nitin Gadkari and BJP National President JP Nadda are present in the meeting. Around 11,500 delegates including union ministers, chief ministers of party-ruled states, state ministers, national and state party office bearers, MPs and MLAs are participating in the event. During the meeting, the BJP leaders will discuss the party's strategy for the Lok Sabha polls, besides deliberating on a comprehensive organizational agenda. Two resolutions will also come up during the convention on which detailed discussions will take place. The meeting will conclude with valedictory address by Prime Minister Narendra Modi tomorrow. Talking to Akashvani News, senior party leader and union minister Professor SP Singh Baghel said that the party workers will work with full dedication to achieve the target of 400 Lok Sabha seats set by Prime Minister Modi. He also said that during the meeting, the party workers will receive guidance from the Prime Minister and senior party leaders.
अधिवेशन हो रहा है। इस बार इसकी टाइमिंग ऐसी है कि लोकसभा के चुनाव पूर्ण हो रहे हैं, तो हमारे सभी कार्यकर्ता, हम लोग एमपी एमएलए, इसके सदस्य लोग मोदी जी के उद्बोधन से, वरिष्ठ नेताओं के उद्बोधन से पूरी तरह मार्ग निर्देशन पाएंगे और संगठन की जो भी निर्देश मिलेंगे उसको बूथ तक पहुंचाएंगे.
The fresh round of talks between the government and the protesting farm leaders will take place tomorrow. Speaking to the media, Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur said the discussions so far have been very productive.
किसान संगठनों से वार्ता बहुत अच्छी हुई और अगली वार्ता का समय भी रविवार का तय हुआ है. मुझे पूर्ण विश्वास है रविवार को भी अच्छे वातावरण में बातचीत होगी और मुद्दों के हल के लिए हम आगे बढ़ेंगे. जहां तक केंद्र ने क्या किया, कुछ विपक्षी दल सवाल उठा रहे हैं. मैं इतना ही कहूंगा, खाद, पानी, एमएसपी पर खरीद या फिर बैंकों से ऋण से लेके मुआवजे तक, इन सभी पहलुओं पर जो मोदी सरकार ने किया है वो आज तक किसी सरकार ने नहीं किया.
The third round of talks between the central government and the protesting farm leaders ended in the wee hours yesterday. The National Commission for Scheduled Castes (NCSC) has recommended the imposition of President's rule in West Bengal in its report submitted to President Draupadi Murmu on alleged harassment of women by TMC supporters in Sandeshkhali. The report was submitted by NCSC Chairman in charge Arun Haldar. In a media briefing held in New Delhi yesterday, Mr. Haldar said that they have recommended that President's rule under Article 338 should be imposed in West Bengal over the situation that aims to safeguard rights of scheduled castes.
There are so many atrocities violated by the local administration, local TMC leader. So चुप नहीं रह सकता इस कारण में. इसलिए हम लोग रिपोर्ट बनाया और जो आधिकारिक लोगों ने बदतमीजी किया है, इन लोगों के अगेंस्ट में रिपोर्ट दिया है. सरकार और क्रिमिनल ये जब एक हो जाता है ना, तो उधर में सरकारी व्यवस्था टूट जाता है और उसके टूटने के बाद जो होता है वही चीज हम लोग लिख के भेज दिया है.
A delegation of the NCSC had visited Sandeshkhali on Thursday after a large number of women claimed that TMC leader Shah Jahan Sheikh and his supporters captured swathes of land by force and also sexually harassed them. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal-led Aam Aadmi Party AAP won the floor test in the Delhi Assembly today. Yesterday, Chief Minister Kejriwal had moved a confidence motion on which discussion was held in the House today. During the discussion, Mr. Kejriwal said that it was necessary to demonstrate to the people that the House believes in the cabinet. He accused the BJP of trying to finish his party. Leader of opposition in the House and senior BJP leader Ramveer Singh Bhaduri said a confidence motion moved in the House was not necessary. He said AAP has its full majority in the House but has lost the trust of Delhi people. Mr. Bhaduri said that Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and Finance Minister Atishi accused BJP of breaking their party, but they are not cooperating with the Delhi police in the investigation. Later, the motion was adopted by the House. 8 wagons of a goods train have derailed on Patel Nagar Daya Basti section in Delhi. According to Northern Railways, there will be no disruption in the regular rail services. No casualties have been reported. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. The countdown is progressing well for the launch of weather monitoring satellite INSAT 3DS on board a geosynchronous launch vehicle GSLV by the Indian Space Research Organisation ISRO this evening. The space agency will be using a rocket that has been dubbed the Naughty Boy for its spotty record. ISRO Chief S. Somnath said the GSLV F-14 will lift out at 5:35 p.m. from the Satish Dhawan Space Centre in Sriharikota.
Launch of GSLV rocket, GSLV F-14, INSAT 3DS launched today at 5:35 p.m. evening. So this satellite is meant for our weather climate studies. It's a meteorological satellite. The cyclones we track using the satellite. We predict the weather for the country, looking at the rainfall, the cloud cover and many other parameters we measure. This satellite is built for our Ministry of Earth Science, specifically the Indian Meteorological Department. They do all the data analysis and provide you the weather forecast and all the protection of our natural resources.
It will be the rocket's 16th mission overall and its 10th flight using the indigenously developed cryogenic engine. Scientists at the center are monitoring vital parameters to ensure a precise launch. We have a report.
INSAT 3DS will be predominantly used for studying and researching the weather data and the changes in weather conditions, precisely predicting the awaiting disasters. The data will be used for search and rescue missions using high-resolution photographs. The objective is to provide a holistic profile of Earth's surface and oceanographic observations. Data relay transponder will receive hydrological and oceanographic data for multi-user automatic weather stations. It will generate data on any type of clouds during fog, rainfall, snow covers, snow depth, fire, smoke, aerosol, water vapor and atmospheric challenges. Joy, Akashvani reporting from Sriharikota.
Indian Space Research Organisation ISRO will organize a special program for school children called Young Scientist Program Yuva Vigyani Karikram Yuvika from the 13th of May this year. Students studying in class 9th as of 1st January this year are eligible to register for the program from 20th February on the ISRO Antariksh Jigyasa platform. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar is attending the 60th Munich Security Conference in Germany. As part of the conference, Dr. Jaishankar will address a panel discussion on growing the pie, seizing shared opportunities today. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock will also take part in the panel discussion along with the External Affairs Minister. On the sidelines of the conference, Dr. Jaishankar yesterday discussed issues related to bilateral cooperation as well as those of key global and regional concern with prominent leaders including U.S. Secretary of State Blinken and his British counterpart David Cameron. In a social media post, Dr. Jaishankar said during his meeting with Mr. Blinken, their talk centered on the situation in West Asia, Ukraine and the Indo-Pacific. He said they reviewed the continuing progress in India-US bilateral ties. Home Minister Amit Shah today paid homage to freedom fighter and pioneer of social consciousness Karpuri Thakur on his death anniversary. In a social media post, Mr. Shah said that Karpuri ji has established the highest standards of purity and sacrifice in his social life. Mr. Shah added that he devoted his life to the rights of backward people and women. Lauding Prime Minister Narendra Modi for honouring the veteran leader with Bharat Ratna recently, Mr. Shah said Prime Minister Modi has highlighted the works of Karpuri Thakur. The Indian Met Department IMD has forecast possibility of intense rain and snowfall over the western Himalayan region from today and adjoining plains of northwest India from Monday till the 22nd of this month. The weather agency said in view of heavy rainfall and snowfall over Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Gilgit, Baltistan, Muzaffarabad and Himachal Pradesh from tomorrow till Tuesday, there might be a disruption in supply of electricity at these places and issued warning for landslides, rockfalls, mudslides and blocking of roads and highways. Meanwhile, in the national capital Delhi, there is a daily decrease in cold due to sunshine during the day. In Badminton Asia Team Championship, Indian Women Shuttlers scripted history by storming into the finals for the first time after a thrilling 3-2 win over Japan in the semi-finals in Malaysia today. With this, India have secured themselves a silver medal and are eyeing for the gold. In the singles, taking the charge, two-time Olympic gold medalist PV Sindhu put up a stellar fight but ultimately lost to Japan's Aya Ohori. After this, in the doubles category, Indian pair of Tressa Jolly and Gayatri Gopichand Pulela snatched the win against the pair of Nami Matsuyama and Chiharu Shida to ensure that India were back on level terms at 1-1. In the second singles match, Ashmita Chahila defeated former world champion Nozomi Okuhara to give India the lead of 2-1. However, India's Ashwini Ponnappa and PV Sindhu lost to Japanese combination of Reina Miyayura and Ayako Sakuramoto to tie up the game at 2-2. Then, in the deciding match, Anmol Karb overpowered Nidiara Natsuki to propel India into the finals. The Indian women's team will play the final tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time. In cricket, India were 44 for 1 against England in their second innings at tea on day 3 of the third test in Rajkot. Earlier, the visitors were bowled out for 319 runs in response to India's 455 runs in the first innings. England had resumed their first innings play at 207 for 2 this morning. Meanwhile, Ravichandran Ashwin has withdrawn from the third test due to a family medical emergency. Yesterday only, Ashwin achieved the milestone of taking 500 test wickets. The 37-year-old joined Anil Kumble as the second Indian and fifth overall to take 500 wickets in test history. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Union Minister for Youth Affairs and Sports Anurag Thakur also congratulated the Indian spinner for his achievement. In tennis, Indian star player Sumit Nagal will take on 7th-seed Stefano Napolitano of Italy in the semi-final of Bengaluru Open today. The match will start at 4:30 p.m. Indian time. In the men's doubles, Indian pair Ramkumar Ramanathan and Saket Mainini will face the French counterpart in the finals this evening. The match is scheduled to begin at 6:10 p.m. In the FIH Men's Hockey Pro League, India registered a 1-0 win over Ireland at Bhubaneswar in Odisha last evening. India opened their account with Gurjant Singh scoring the first goal, which led the hosts to victory. India now have 8 points from 4 matches with 2 outright wins against Spain and Ireland, a bonus point from a shootout win against the Netherlands and a loss to Australia. The Indian women's team will play their final 2 games of the Rourkela leg of the FIH Pro League today and tomorrow. The women in blue will take on Australia at 7:30 this evening and the United States of America tomorrow at Rourkela. The Indian team had a tough outing so far at the tournament, having lost 4 of their 5 matches. The Khelo India University Games Ashtalakshmi is commencing at Guwahati in Assam today with the Kabaddi event. The official inaugural ceremony of the Games will be held on Monday in Guwahati, in which Prime Minister Narendra Modi will take part in the event virtually. Over 200 universities are participating in the mega sporting event. The Games will conclude on the 29th of February. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. 2-day national convention of BJP begins with party's national office bearers meeting in New Delhi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi attending the meeting. Countdown progressing well for launch of weather monitoring satellite by ISRO from Sriharikota this evening. National Commission for Scheduled Castes recommends imposition of president's rule in West Bengal over alleged harassment of women in Sandeshkhali. IMD forecasts heavy rain and snowfall over Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh and Himachal Pradesh from tomorrow, issues warning for landslides and disruption in supply of electricity. And in Badminton Asia Team Championships, Indian Women Shuttlers script history by storming into final, defeating Japan 3-2 in Malaysia. And with that, we end the midday news.